And next in the NFL, before we get into a little bit of draft discussion, the gambling suspensions that happened this past week in the NFL. So, for those that have not heard about this, seen this, or otherwise consumed this information, the NFL has suspended Detroit's Quentin Cephas and C.J. Moore, along with Washington's Shaka Toney, a PSU grad, Jim. Just to throw that out there before you get there. Those three have been suspended indefinitely for at least a year. So definitely this year, but the timetable has not been set overall for betting on NFL games. Additionally, Detroit's Stanley Berryhill and Jameson Williams have been suspended 6 games for violating the NFL's betting policies. Williams and Berryhill bet on a college football game while in the Lions facility or in
On a bus, something inside of
team
an NFL
team
sanctioned thing.
sponsored,
They're like a training facility or something.
which would have been allowed if they were anywhere outside of a
Yes.
team sponsored or NFL sponsored facility. It's only because it happened within one of those areas that they get in trouble.
You can bet on college games outside of the NFL place.
Right. Cephas and Moore have already been released, and Toney is going to continue to be rostered by the Commanders, at least for the near future. So there was a lot of discussion, and I even heard on some other podcasts about this, that many were not even aware that it was an issue on betting on non-NFL games or on sports that were allowed to be bet on inside a facility, or at least what the extended version of definition of team facility or NHL or NFL facility meant.
If they're betting on stuff that's not in their league, who cares?
I agree with that. I also feel like with everything that's going on with sports betting, though, and like after watching Calvin Ridley go down, I think I would just play it safe and not bet at all.
I don't understand how any of this makes sense. I get not betting on NFL games, I guess. Don't understand how it's okay to suspend them for betting on college games when you have a team in Vegas that you can gamble in the facility. On February 21st, the NFL announced that some stadiums would be allowed to have betting lounges and may accept sponsorship from sportsbook operations.
Yeah, for the fans.
So it's okay for the NFL to profit on it and stadiums to profit on it and team ownership to profit on it.
It just looks bad.
Doesn't that look bad? Isn't it the same argument?
I don't
Alex,
think so at all. I don't think that me or you walking in and placing a bet on a game looks as bad as a player of the game walking in and placing a bet on the game.
Ownership being in league with gambling is okay. Players in league with gambling, not okay.
I agree, because the players that are actually playing have a chance to alter the outcomes of the games for their own pocketbooks.
So does ownership. We've seen that with them.
The owners aren't walking in and gambling.
No, they're asking the coach to tank for a season.
The owners aren't the sports book.
Okay.
The owners are profiting from the sports book.
Okay.
That's fine, but they aren't the sports book.
Okay. First
So
off,
how do they know where the money is?
Let's get some of the policy here. Betting on football, straight from the policy, all NFL personnel are prohibited from placing, soliciting, or facilitating any bet, whether directly or indirectly through a third party, on any NFL game, practice, or other event. Other betting on other sports, all NFL personnel, other than players, are further prohibited from placing, soliciting, or facilitating bets on any other professional or college, international, or Olympic sports competition, tournament, or events. NFL personnel shall not engage in any form of gambling while in any club or league setting, including, without limitation, locker rooms, practice, or other facilities, team buses, trains, flights, or hotels, or while traveling on club or league business. For clarity, playing cards or other casino-type games is permitted as long as nothing of value is wagered. Permitted non-sports gambling, NFL personnel may visit and place non-sports wagers at legally operated casinos and horse or dog racing tracks on personal time, including during the season.
I still contend that they're okay with it being in their house, just not okay if they play it.
It's a business, Jim. Didn't we just say that it's a business?
Let the players play and give them their money.
If you were okay with the players not being upset with other players because they're holding out or doing other things in order to get a better contract because it's a business, can the players not also have a similar attitude towards ownership? You solicit this business, bring this into the stadium. This then gives us more money, which then can elevate the salary cap, which means I can then bargain for more money. Is that not what this is all about? The more money you bring into the league, the more money I can make. Do what you got to do.
I see your point. I still think it's horseshit that they're not allowed to gamble on sports.
Just not on the NFL. I very much care if they're. I don't care if they're gambling on the MLB so much. I very much care if a player that is playing, if a Steeler is betting on a Steelers game.
Even if they're betting on themselves.
No, I think that they have an opportunity to change the outcome of the game for their own personal pocketbook.
It's the Pete Rose argument. Pete
I
Rose
don't
bet
have
on
a problem
baseball,
if-
bet on
if-
his own team.
If they want to bet on WVU game, fine, I don't care. I think it's a problem when you're betting on your own league.
Yeah, as long as it's not your own league, I say let them do what they want.